Good morning. Good morning. Hey, happy Friday. Oh my God, it's not Friday. Happy Sunday. I'm just so used to saying happy Friday. I think it's like my happy day. Why did I think it was Friday? All right. Hey, welcome to. Am I about to say Friday again? Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Sunday. I guess I just had such a great time on Friday that I just wanted to make Friday last. It's good to see you. Here I am. I'm just getting my screen up so I can, make sure that my voice is sounding like sound. Let's see. Hold on one second. Here I am. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. All right. I might have to adjust a little bit. And I apologize for that. I know it's a little jarring. There we go. Let's try that. How does that go with paper? With pad of paper. Let's do a rose today again. I'm making headway in my book. I want to really, I'm really like pushing to finish this because I really, really, really want to get it. I'm just testing top here, bottom here. Yeah, I just really want to get my book done and I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So I want to get it, I want to get it done. I want to get it designed. I want to get it at the printer and I want to get it available to everyone. So I'm super excited about it. Today we're going to do the Sunsprite Rose. I'm going to draw it. I'm breaking out my trusty old pal, Pilot Dr. Grip. I don't know how long I'm going to last with this. My tastes have kind of changed back to old school pencil. But I'm going to try with the Dr. Grip today. I just have not been reaching for it. But I do want to give it a shot because I think I'm going to have an easier time with erasing. So what happens is when I erase, let's look at some stuff while I talk about this. So it's just more interesting to you. And so I can kind of describe what I'm talking about. So when I am erasing pencil lines, what can happen is some of the ink can get erased too. And then I have to go and sort of go over some of the ink that I erased when I was trying to erase the pencil. So, and sometimes I don't do a sketch. For instance, I didn't do a sketch for that. I did not do a sketch for that. When you don't do a sketch for something, it's not even an issue, And you don't see. Let's look for some more ink. Let's just go over some more ink here. Oh, here, I'll show you here. So these I didn't do sketches for because I traced them directly from the artwork because I hadn't either they weren't done in black ink or and they were done in color or for whatever reason I didn't need to trace them. And these are not traced. I mean, these are traced. I'm sorry. Who has not had their coffee yet? I have not had my coffee yet. These are drawn straight, no trace. And look at how velvety black and delicious they look. Now, this looks like I did do a little bit of a trace, but I don't understand why I did a trace on this. I remember why. Because the original is, I will show you. 1 second. The reason I did a trace on this one is because the original is very light. I'm going to show you. It's in the beginning of this book. Here it is. So this is the original. This is the ink. And I really, you know, I was freewheeling it on this, you know, so because these are practically abstract, and I was just sort of figuring it out as I was going. But I think because I do see some trace here that I did not erase where it says full sun. I think I like picked and chose where I traced on this one. I mean, where I used pencil on this one. And if you want to watch this, making the drawing of this, I have the entire thing is a quiet live replay. So yeah, the rest of these are nice and crispy and delicious and black and like matte and fabulous, and no pencil lines. So it's just a little like, you know, I don't, if I'm doing ink, I certainly don't want to have to like, you know, erase over this lovely ink. Like I had to do with this one. I erased, and then I didn't do it that part on camera. I erased it after the live because I did this on I think I did this on a quiet live. And yeah, so, and this one I haven't erased yet, but you can see that there's pencil lines on this, and I don't want to have to redo the ink, because when you do erase, you do see it clearly like erases some of the ink. I haven't had smudging, which is great. So no, smudging has not been an issue. The ink is dry. The ink it's waterproof. It's, you know, everything. It's not going anywhere. But if you're starting to erase on it, when you erase, you're creating like a lot of friction and you're creating a lot of heat, and it just it can rub some of the ink off the paper, you know. It doesn't smudge it, thank goodness. I'm so glad. But it does rub the ink off the paper if you do it, you know, hard enough. And I love to have a smushy eraser, but well, first of all, my smushy eraser is disgusting. It's like completely, I need a new one. Look at this thing. This thing is so old and like used up that there's like little pieces of paper in it. It's like look at the ratio of graphite to eraser in this thing is kind of laughable. There's like, look at that. Look at how it pulls. See that? It's because there's like, oh, it's fun though. It's because there's a lot of graphite in there, and you know, various paper or whatever. So I need a new one of those. These are my favorite eraser. The Staedtler Mars Plastic. That's my favorite eraser. But it's a hard white eraser, and you know, as such, when you use it, you're causing a lot of friction. And also, before you like go into a piece of art like this, you want to try and clean your eraser off a little bit. That's what I do, because I don't want to like, you know, jackhammer this graphite into my paper that I'm going to erase on. So try to clean it off. So this is how to clean it off. Really, you just gotta erase onto a clean piece of paper. No easy way to do it. You just got to do it like that. Or you can cut a piece of it off, and then you have like a clean piece. You can take it out of the little holder. I like to try and keep it in it's just a personal preference. I like to keep it in my holder until I get to that portion of the eraser, if I can help it. But, you know, inevitably this is gonna go away, and then you're gonna have a little eraser nubby thing, and then it's gonna be all black, you know. So let's do this. Let's draw this rose. I have not even picked out my picture yet today, but I did get all of my data points. I got plenty of data points. We got tons. I don't have to Google. I don't have to do anything. It's right there. So I do want to use some, I want to find some photo reference. So I'm going to pick a few. We'll look on here and see what we've got. What do we like? What do we like? This is a pretty one. That's a good one. I like this one because I like this one because I like to see the loose, um, what are they called? Duh, petals. The loose petals and the tight petals. That's a pretty one too. And look at how interesting it is that like in a different stage of a flower, they look different, you know? Like this one looks very rosy. This looks like a rosy rose. As as we know, there are a million different looks to a rose, and this one actually looks kind of different. This looks more like a cabbage rose and not that traditional rose shape, and how the leaves have that point on them when they get to a certain point of maturity. It's interesting, right? This is a beauty. Although, oh, I like this one because you can see all the little blood vessels in there, for lack of a better word. All the blood vessels. Ooh, that's a beauty. That's like a tradish. That's a traditional one, right? Let's get one with some greenery. Ooh, that's a good one. We got a nice side view here. Save. Okay. Let's what are we doing? Okay, we got this guy. This is interesting. No, that's not the one I was trying to get. This one. This one's interesting. This one actually, if I had to pick it out of a lineup, I would say this does not look like a sun sprite. This looks like something else. And yet, it's a sun sprite. So let's, okay, that one's good. Save that. So you can see I'm working from a lot of different pictures. I'm not using just one, and I'm not, when I'm drawing my picture, I'm not using just one either. You know, I just use for general, and then you can just take bits and pieces of each one for your art and, you know, make it your own. And plus, my composition is clearly not going to be looking like this. It's kind of cool how this one rose is just kind of stuck up like that. That's a cool thing. Save. Okay. And I like to see the different types of leaves too. So let's see. Where are we going with this? Where's our, okay, we have a bud. We have more buds over here. You look real close, you can see the buds. That's good. Oh, yeah, I think we have this one. That's good. And then do we have enough? I think we have enough to work with here. So let's jump in. That's a real pretty flower. Beautiful. All right, let's go. So we got this, that, group, group. That's a really nice composition. I'm not going to use it, but it's inspiring. I'm going to have some coffee. Coffee, coffee. Who cannot wait until October? That's me. Although I really do like September too. We're getting into my time of year here. The time of year that I love. I love October. I got to be honest. My birthday's in June. I love my birthday month. I'm just going to have a little sips of coffee with you, okay? Oh, hey, speaking of October, well, this is probably why I was thinking about that. Have a look at my mug, my travel cup today. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. This is one of my favorite designs in my shop. I have on all kinds of stuff. This was actually off topic. This is actually a travel mug that is not yet in my shop. I just never put it in. I never put it in because I tested it. I tested it 1 year. Back up. I tested it 1 year and um, I was just getting to know the format, and I realized that I could do this without any black background. So all these little bits will be shiny, and then the black background will just be the mug, um, the paint underneath the mug. So I can't really use this one for a sample for my shop. I mean, I could, but it's not completely accurate. So I didn't do it, but maybe I'll do it this year. Hey, enjoy the crazy mess of my desk. All right, let's get to business here. Let me get back to where we were here. And I'm probably going to move you around a little bit today. Well, maybe I won't actually, because I don't think we're going to do ink in this session. I think we're going to just do the pencil, and then we'll do ink at 12:30. Cheers. That's what I think, because it is now 10:19, and we're going to close up shop at. We are going to close. Hey, there we go. And we're gonna close our session at 11. And I'm gonna try and be very good about that, because I do want to stick to the schedule today. I'm babysitting 2 adorable old Chihuahuas that are my niece and nephew, and I like to really spend a lot of time with them when they are here, because I absolutely adore them, and I love to be a little surrogate parent, I love to be, an auntie for the weekend. I really, really adore them very much. One of them is just like, he could basically take care of himself, but I just love to hang out with him. And the other one is just, ooh, you know what? This is a piece of greenery. I don't know if this is, oops. I don't know if this is supposed to be, I don't know if this is part of a bud that we don't see or whatever, but it's distracting and it doesn't belong in my picture. So I'm going to just leave that out. We have Norman, who is fabulous. Little Norman. He's kind of like a little, he kind of looks like a little, he looks like a little ham. Like, those hams that you get on Easter? He's kind of like a little ham. He's very cute. And then, adorable little baby. And then we have Tina, Petunia, who she looks exactly like a tiny, 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 tiny little deer. She looks like she is a little tiny deer. So cute, so sweet, and incontinent. So I'm constantly, and she pees like a teaspoon, and then sometimes she pees like a tablespoon. But she like walks and pees, and my sister got her diapers, but apparently the diapers don't make diapers small enough for her, which is kind of funny and kind of cute, and kind of like, oh great, that means I'm going to be walking around with a spray, with a spray cleaner all weekend, and cleaning up her pee. So yeah, and she does that whether or not we take her out. I mean, we take her out all the time. She still does it in the house. How funny. But it's okay. We love her. We love her. Tina, you are loved. You are loved, Tina. Yeah, I think this is actually making things, this pencil. I love this pencil. I love these Dr. Grip pencils. I have used these for like 30 years or something. But cheers. but not recently. I just sort of, oh, look at that bud. Look at how it is. It's like bulbous down here. And then here, I'm going to move this here. Bulbous down here. And then it comes up into like this long teardrop. I love that. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do one of those over here, I think. We're going to do that here. We're going to do that here. And that'll be good. We'll add it in. And then right about 3/4, there's this like bulbous thing. That. And then it goes up into like a little tulipy shape. So in the ongoing saga of me looking for a live stream platform, I had like a total I had a total moment of clarity last night. Cheers. And what happened in my moment of clarity was I realized that I'm using VDO Ninja to show myself on to you guys on one of my iPhones. Like I was having myself off screen, I mean on screen, but like on my iPhone over here. Reflecting from my laptop. Just to make this extra confusing, because let me make it just so much more confusing than it is. But so what I realized was I could just use Video Ninja, and it's for OBS, but I'm like, why didn't I just try to use it to mirror my phone screens and keep it in OBS? So I'm going to try that very soon. I was going to try it today, but I realized I just didn't have enough time to set up. And last week, I got very caught up in trying to improve my setup, and I inadvertently had some crappy streams because of it. So I don't want that to happen anymore. I really don't. I don't want to sacrifice my stream, for experimentation. That's just no go. No go. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to test it out. I may try to do my quiet stream today at 12:30 when we ink this guy. I may try and do that stream with OBS and the whole setup that I'm describing. So if you want to see my progress, definitely check it out. Okay, compositionally, what are we doing here? We have rose, bud. Oh, I guess we could do like another rosebud here. That would be pretty. So let's do that. Let's do one here. Erase a little bit of my leaf and just kind of plan out my strategy here. So we can do two like this. That. And So look, as it matures, that bulbous part on the bottom of a bud kind of flattens out and gets round. Well, not flattens out. You know what I'm saying. It gets smaller and this part gets bigger. So it sort of becomes one. So that's pretty neat. I love learning about flower anatomy while drawing my pictures. So I don't know if you can hear, but it's raining outside today. And I have, I had, I had, this is like earlier this summer, I had 2 very lush aloe vera plants, and they were gifted from my sister. And in attempt to get them, you know, in attempt to improve health, to like keep them healthy, I left them outside and it inadvertently rained, and I basically, without, obviously accidentally, killed one of them. I tried to rescue it. This is like over the summer. Tried to rescue it, pruned it, tried to fix it, tried to clear out the leaves that were waterlogged, and sadly, the baby did not survive. So the other one did survive. However, the other day it rained and I had left him outside, and I was like, oh no, history repeating itself again here. And still looks okay. And actually, after the first time that after the first time that I did kill accidentally the aloe vera, um, after that first time, I took off a part of the vase, not vase, a part of the container that the plant was in could come off for better drainage. And okay, my pen does not want to cooperate at the moment, so maybe that's why I stopped using those. I don't know. I do love those pencils, but it's not working this second. So here we go. Yeah, so I realized that I had a part of the bottom that comes off and allows you to have better drainage. And it's like, well, okay, why didn't I know this before? I could have saved my plant. Oh well. Right, on to the next. Sadly, I did try really hard to save that plant, and it sadly didn't save. That's a sad story, huh? What a sad, sad story. Okay, I just want to get some of this down. Okay. Let's look at these leaves. Just want to look at the leaf pattern here and how they present to us. Let's see. Just trying to get down some of the details that I won't have to scramble when I am making this later. Cheers. I'm going to zoom you down a little bit. Is that better? Hope so. I'm going to start putting in the words here. Sunsprite Rose. Okay, let's do that. And we have our data points here. Sunsprite Rose, Floribunda. All right, well, there's plenty of room to write our data points in. Plenty of room. Look at my screen. Okay, that's good. All right, let's do the top first. Do that. All right. And cheers. All right. Okay, just checking my vocal there. Sometimes I like to check just to make sure that I'm still being recorded here, because my mic, which I really try to keep it charged regularly, it can, when it goes out, it just dies immediately. It's just like, okay, bye, and it just leaves. So I'm going to stand and do this. Sunsprite. Nope. 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 And nope. Using this shorty little pencil, and it's bothering me. It's giving me trubs. It's giving me some trubs. Let's see, what else do I got here? What else do I have? I have this one. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. Let's sharpen this one up. Okay, that works. All right. How do I feel about this lettering? I need some inspiration. Let's go in. Let's go in on some inspiration, shall we? Let's go in on some inspiration, because I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rut, and I just need a little bit of juice, you know. Cheers. I just need some juice today. Ah, that's beautiful. Wow. That's stunning. Okay, open to this page, which I love, 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 love. Love doing words and shapes. This is stunning. Actually, this is beautiful. I love it. Who did this amazing, beautiful thing? That's gorgeous. Okay. Script. There's a fun book. Check it out. It's Lettering, Alphabets, and Artwork by Jay Roeder. Love to have stuff easy to grab. Reference material, stuff to look at, things to inspire. What is that? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Love a little inspo. How do we want to do this, Rose? Do we want to do something like more modern for the lettering? I don't want to do anything too picky. Let's see where we are on time. It's 10:39. Okay. All right, this is good. I'm glad I'm looking at this because it's kind of bringing me back. It's bringing me back to myself a little bit, you know? Sometimes you're just a little too like honed in on sometimes if you don't open your mind a little bit, open your eyeballs to different things, you can sort of like let's get this out of here. Let's get this out of here. And let's do some slight little doodling. Just some slight little doodling. Just to loosen up a little bit, just to get a little free. Okay. Okay. There we go. Something like that. And then we have room to play in between in the lettering thickness, and we could even do serifs if we want, some curves. And you know, you can look at this and say, well, Kathy, that looks exactly like your lettering, which it does, obviously, it's mine. But it's kind of all in like your mentality when you do it and like the freeness coming through as opposed to feeling like, you know, you're lacking in inspiration. That's not a good feeling. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And I'm happy I brought that book out. So let's see. I don't want to do this. I do want to do that. I want to do a curve. So, you know, it would be cute too. Have a little sun like that. That would be really cute. I love the name of it, Sun Sprite. Maybe we can add some little flourishes, like little stars and things. I feel like maybe I want to stay away from swoops, like loops, swoopy loops. Let's try and go really like loose, right? And then I'm going to give it the freedom because I'm going to give it the freedom for my brush pen, right? I'm going to leave it to the brush pen. I'm going to give myself the freedom. I'm not going to get stuck in the detail rut with this right now, especially. I have a lot of this composition left to do. I'm going to letter it. Letter it. I'm lettering it now. I am going to ink it later today. So let's just have loosen, just get these blocked in, right? Get these blocked in. Easy, easy. Just block things in, not get caught up. Block in my little sun. I love the idea of having a little sun there. Do that. And then S. And I'm not going to add any. Oh, what P? Why did you have to fall there? Oh my god. Okay, let's do this. Let's make it a part of the. Is that weird? Some spray. How do I do this? Okay, spray. Let's just keep it loose, right? Keep it loose, and we'll add some more flourishes later, and for sure, let a lot of the brush. I'm gonna let a lot of the brush pen do the heavy lifting. I think on this. Let's try and do that evenly though. There we go. I always like to have the bar on my E, the mid bar, to be a little bit lower than half to give it some gravity, you know. And then we're just going to we're going to leave it up to the brush pen. We're going to leave a lot of these little details up to the brush pen. Let's just get in Floribunda. We have some good words we can stick in here. Good words about the flower. Okay. And this could all change, you know. I'm just gonna let it. I'm just gonna let it happen. How it happens. Not get stuck in the details. Okay. Sip of coffee. Sip of coffee. Why do I feel like coffee tastes better out of a mug? Does anybody else feel that way? I feel like, you know, I use travel mugs, of course, because we need them. But I don't think coffee particularly tastes better out of travel mugs in general. I mean, my mug is fine. My travel cup is fine in terms of that, but just in general, I like to drink my coffee out of a mug. Sunsprite Rose. I'm going to write Floribunda over here because we're sort of following Flori, and then we'll do another one, and then Bunda. This will be fun to this will be a lot of fun when I have my brush pen and I am ready to go. I don't know if I like that either. Do I want an uppercase D and a lowercase a, D, A? No, that looks smushed. Okay. Floribunda. And then what I can also do is when I'm in my when I'm in my inking mode and I want to change stuff, like change something up, give more room over here, I can just do it because I already have my sketch. I can just work around my sketch and add more space where I need and not worry about not get too picky about it. I think getting too picky about it, for me, it just takes, there's like a law of diminishing returns with sketching. Like, it's great to sketch, obviously. Obviously, very useful to do this before you ink. But first of all, sometimes I just like to go in blind and ink. And what's the worst that can happen? It's such a good exercise. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you just have to start over again. And that's fine, because there's definitely something to be said for, once you do something once, you can replicate it. You can do it again. You can do it again, and you can do it again with more information. So when you have more information, you can get something done quicker the second time, because you've already been down that road, and get it done quicker. You have more information about how to do it, right? So you know how to do it. And so, yeah, it takes time. Everything does, So that's just something that you have to deal with. But if you do something once and then you have to do it again and you get all frustrated, and it's understandable. And this used to happen to me all the time when I was working as a graphic designer and illustrator in-house, because there's always things that you have to do a different way. Want to see a different version, or something needs to be changed, and then you're just like, great. But, well, first of all, that's also learning people skills, because you just have to learn how to, be jolly. Got to learn how to be jolly and do things over, happily, if you need to, or do different versions of things and all that. I mean, it does train your mind. It trains your attitude, really. So I do think it's really good to learn these soft skills, um, on and get paid for them. Well, get paid learning them, and you're going to have to go through the pain of learning them, because learning is not always, fun, but it's good, because the more skills you have, the more valuable, the more value you bring to your next gig or whatever you're doing. So far, so good here. Let's see. We got introduced by Reamer Cordis in 1973. That's a fun fact. I'm going to actually just expand this a little bit here. And coffee sip. We have 10 more minutes. We can do this in 10 minutes. We're going to do it. We're going to get this done. We're going to get the sketch done, and then I'm going to ink this at 12:30. Upright bushy shrub, glossy dark green leaves, medium-sized double blossoms. So this has medium-sized, which medium-sized is not an exciting, oh, my pencil just fell, is not an exciting thing to say. So we're not going to say that. We're just going to do like a little flourish here. Oh no, you know what we'll do? I was trying to draw a petal, but you can't really tell it's a petal. Let's just do some of those little star things, those little twinkles, and we'll use that as our separator, our thought separator, because these are like different data points putting in here. So I want to separate them out so all the words don't sort of flow together, right? So a little something to visually separate them is what you want. And sometimes it's a combination of a little flourish and then a little bit different on your hand lettering, so then you might have, this is all, obviously, I'm not using a font, and the letters look similar, the Sun Sprite Rose and Floribunda, but you know, it's hand lettering. It's not a font, so it's not um, universally the same or anything like that. They all have their own little quirks and tweaks. Okay, between, and I can change it up too. I can do different styles that are kind of similar that fit, you know, that generally fit in with, but they are not the same. Okay. What are we going to write here? Floribunda, we got that. Sunsprite Rose, we got that. Got that. All right. Double blossoms. Okay. 3 to 3.5 inch double blossoms. How's that? How about, okay. Um, I'm just trying to see what I can put. How do can I activate this space, or should I just do a little flourish there? And these little flourishes, like, or just whatever, I can move, I can change, I can erase later if I have some, you know, brilliant idea that I want to implement instead. But I like to sort of have that, you know, that's like my backup plan if I don't think of something else. And I like to have it in there. So if I want something else, I can do that later. So I'm going to do 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. 3. No, I don't really think I have room to put anything here. Honestly, what am I going to put here? Numbers. I could put, but I need words before numbers. So excuse me while I talk all this out with you, because this is like in my head here. We're just in my head. Okay. We're going to do 3 dash 3 half inch, right? 3 to 3.5. We could even say 2. 3, 2, 2. If it doesn't look weird, but we can leave that for now. It might look weird, and if it looks weird, I'll change it. Balloons. Let's actually do this. Let's chart our space out. Let's do like that. Let's do like an arch situation. And then we can use this for information too. So that, and then we're going to do double blossoms. Double. And I'm going to draw blossoms at the same time so I can sort of gauge, because I like to sort of stagger. Oh, we'll just do blooms. Blooms is fine. I thought blooms. Blooms. Double. I like to stagger my letters because I think it adds to, it follows the feel of the composition so far of like how I'm staggering these, how this is staggered, you know, just follows into the same little universe we have going here. And then double blooms, 3 to 3.5 inch double blooms, and then full sunlight. Oh, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. You know, I haven't been doing like writing data points in the petals, and I'm kind of like, that might be cute, you know, but 3 to 4, yeah, I could do that. Let's give it a shot. 3 to 4 foot. Right, give it a shot. See how this lands. I might erase it down the road when I ink. I'm not sure yet. This is double blooms. Okay, 3 to 4 feet. 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Oh, wait a minute. Should it say grows 3 to 4? No, 3 to 4 feet. height and width. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do I don't want to do this. Working out the details. Yeah, let's just do 3 to 4 feet. 3 to 4 feet. That's fine. Height. And width. Okay, that's fine. And I can make more room for that as we go when I ink it. Height and width. And I think I do like this to be spatially on the leaf. Like if we're looking at that, 3, 2, 4 feet, height and width. I like that. Okay. And then full sunlight to thrive. Here we'll write glossy dark green leaves or upright bushy shrub. For an abunda with glossy dark green leaves. Dark green here. I could do a better job of staggering these letters. Maybe when I go in. Maybe I'll do that later. Glossy dark green leaves. Okay. And we can do a couple just for like visual cues. A little bit of sparkles there just to separate the thought. And then we're going to do full sunlight to thrive at the bottom. Here we go. Yes. Maybe we'll do like a leaf at the bottom. That might be cute. See if that fits. I'm not sure if it will, but we can just put that there for now. Maybe like that. Full. Or you could do another sun. You could also do that. Full sunlight to thrive. To thrive. THRIVE. R-I-V-E. I-V-E. There we go. All right. Excellent. So I'm going to erase for now this leaf, and I'm going to, you know what I could do? I could do like full sunlight to thrive, like that. That could be cool, right? That could be a cool idea. And then like make the letters. Let's give that a shot. Oh, I want to try it. I don't know how much that's going to like throw me off on the rest of the composition, but let's just give it a shot and see if we like it. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I'm just going to give it a shot and we'll see. Let's draw these lines and then like that. And we'll see. F. Let's just give it a shot. O. S. I think this is kind of cool. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Full sunlight. Another one. And two. And then another one. And then we're going to do T. H-R-I-V-E. Just perfect. Okay. I like that, I think. I really do. I think I like that. Works out. Excellent. All right. And then we'll do like that. All right. Yeah, I like it. All right. That's good. Excellent. I'm so excited. Just for consistency's sake, we can do that. And let's think. Should we do like, we could do another word here. We could just leave it. Let's just leave it for now. I'll do something with that space. But that's kind of fun. I kind of want something to balance this. But sorry. But I don't know what. So I'm going to ink this at 12:30 today. So if you would like to join me and to see what happens, come on back. If I don't see you, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another artwork and coffee time with me. Okay? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.